What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy, had a strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, and awesome. All right, everybody, going over the July 4th, 2023 word from the Lord and May 21st, 2023 word from the Lord. But before we do that, make sure 1 John 4:1 to test every spirit, as it is very important in the days we live in today. Hebrews 4:12, the word of God is the discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. Make sure you are using the word of God to discern all things that you hear and see, watch and hear, okay? In the days we live in. So just to be clear, this is not full coverage of the July 4th, 2023 warning, or in general, just pieces here and going forward from there, okay? So let's read the July 4th, 2023 warning. The Father had warned about a few topics, but the political exposure part is the focus here. For today, the Father told me that there would be truth and exposure, a separate party, crimes exposed, truth revealed. May 21st, 2023 word. The Father stated that the month of June, you would see things take place. This would be the start of major change. And then the Father also mentions that political leadership have had their way of belittling his people for far too long. And he says a hidden past of history so to come out. So let's talk about what's going on right now. Not, again, full coverage, but the Father is jump-starting this to keep track of everything here. Around June of 2025, Iran was attacked by Israel, which was considered a major event that took place. It definitely signaled the beginning of major changes. Considering the Father had me title the video A Summer of Change, the Father referenced the entire summer. When it comes to political leadership, we are seeing on the news different discussions of political exposure now. And of course, test every spirit with everything you hear and see, okay? Based on who you see in the particular thumbnail on the screen, without saying names, we are now seeing people's names being spoken about over something that happened years ago. Thus far, this is all happening within the summer. The Father mentioned also a separate party, and we saw a small piece of that this summer. So just a couple of things that really signaled a lot of different things going on this summer. A lot of changes, you can say, and the things the Father mentioned. But Luke 12:2, for there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known. Daniel 2:21-22, and he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals deep and secret things. He knows what is in darkness, and light dwells with him. So that's all for the prior word here. You know, we do the background, the prior word, and then the event itself. Now on to the prior words and what's happened thus far. So peace and blessings, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Then this is where he began to speak to me. He been talking to me and showing me a lot about June. So we're going to talk about this next part. June, and by itself, June. So this is what he said to me. He says, you will see things take place. This is the start of major change. For years, certain political leaders and parties have had their way of lies, the enemy working overtime to put things in motion. I've watched every step. For too long, people have tried to hide the truth, belittle my people and me, and it will change. A hidden past of history. Politics. I asked him just, what about that? He says truth and exposure. A separate party. He says crimes exposed, truth revealed. It started off in outer space. I was with Jesus Christ, and we were looking at the earth. So the first area he pointed my attention to was Iran. So from outer space's viewpoint, I could see like an explosion, like fire spreading from a center point going outwards. I saw that in outer space. Then the Lord zoomed in my vision and viewpoint of what was happening in detail. So it's like on a map I saw digitally, Iran. And I saw like this explosion happen. But there were people running around everywhere, yelling and screaming and yelling. And what I noticed off in the distance around were like oil tankers and an oil plant. So not sure if that has anything to do with oil or dispute over oil. I'm not sure about that part, but that's what I had seen. That's what the Lord had shown me. Okay?
Waves of explosions blast Iran's capital overnight. Here, a terrified Iranian woman films from her window. Then down on the street, they are hitting. They hit 3 or 4 back to back, she says.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
This morning, an apartment building still burning. The attacks hitting residential areas, killing Iran's 3 most senior military leaders and targeting its nuclear program. Here, thick black smoke rises above the Natanz nuclear facility.
President Trump's Epstein controversy made headlines Friday. So also did a report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. That report claims to have new evidence of an Obama administration conspiracy to subvert President Trump's 2016 victory and presidency. This report claims politicized intelligence was used as the basis for smears seeking to delegitimize President Trump's victory. So let's bring in CBS News intelligence and national...
Jesse, the integrity of our democratic republic, of our elections, is of paramount importance to the American people. Knowing what had occurred previously, the things, this Russia hoax thing that was called a conspiracy, I wanted to get to the bottom of the truth of what actually happened here. This was obviously...
Well, Elon Musk is keeping his promise after he threatened to make his own political party if President Trump passed the big, beautiful bill into law. Musk said the new law will bankrupt the country with wasteful spending. Musk said his new party, called the America Party, will give people back their freedom since he believes
the Wall Street Journal is reporting a major U-turn from billionaire Tesla CEO, once Trump whisperer, Elon Musk. Quote, Elon Musk pledged to start a political party. He is already pumping the brakes. Musk's idea of a third party began early this summer, but crystallized just over a month ago as the details of President Trump's agenda bill became more clear. He wrote, quote, if this insane spending bill passes, the America Party will be formed the next day. Well, July 4th, the bill signing happened. The next day, Musk announced, quote, the America Party. That was last month. It is now August. And Musk refuted the idea that he was changing plans. Of course, he did so in an X post. But we'll see if this actually